Hi everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Isaac King EK. I want to talk to you about something very controversial. So I would make a disclaimer. All right, I'm not a Muslim and I'm not saying any of this um, based on studies only, but I'm saying I'm going to be telling you a few things based on the inspiration from the Holy Spirit. And I hope that this helps you on your spiritual journey. Okay, so it's left for you. If you want to believe some things, you say you believe. I'm saying you believe. If you don't, it's still okay. Or I just want to pass the message. So for those who would listen, okay. All right. I titled this one "The Blessing of Ishmael." The blessings of Ishmael, or the blessing of Ishmael. All right. You need to understand that there is a blessing for the firstborn. Abraham had a first child, and then his name is Ishmael, and he is a prince. Now you need to understand. You go other like the Christianity, and then um, Judaism does not really show a lot of light on Ishmael, but on Isaac being the promised child of Abraham by the Almighty to Sarai. Okay. Now, but you need to understand that there's a place for the firstborn. Now, I'm going to say a few things, and I hope that it blesses you. Okay. Now, before I dive into this, you need to understand that there's been a twist, a religious and doctrinal twist to firstborns being cursed. That every firstborn is cursed. Now, and we have that common in Africa, where they just make you believe, that as a firstborn there's a curse. Firstborns end up not being prosperous and all of that. And then there's a pattern that the sons of Isaac played. They laid, sorry, a pattern. There's a pattern that was laid by the sons of Isaac all through the pattern of the second one. So I'm going to be throwing light to a few things, and I pray that the Holy Spirit help me to communicate right to you. All right. Now, the universe is created with a scale and balance. You need to understand this. Let's build ourselves away from religion. Sometimes most people disagree with me only because of their religious stance. Let's take away religion. Don't forget that Christ did not come to play religion. Because if he had come to play religion, he would take a side. Yes. Even if sometimes scholars will tell you that there was the Jewish part of him that was playing. That's why by resurrection, when Paul came to play, he personally appointed him to the Gentiles and then to every other person. So to annul that religious thing that was already breeding amongst the apostles, you know, about the thing about Judaism, religion. So, so I'm not trying to teach you religion or tell you religion. I'm trying to tell you spiritism. I'm trying to tell you the scale of the universe. There is a scale, okay, and it has balance. Balance. There's always an angel that creates balance. Okay, so let's flow. Every child of the universe has a free gift of justice and love. Now, that's the balance. That's the scale and the balance. Justice and love. Justice and love. I'm going to do another teaching. Okay. This one is a continuation of this blessing of Ishmael. I titled it The Agony of Haggai. All right. So you're going to get that teaching too. So the Father of the universe would never break any of his rule of love because of anyone, no matter how righteous or holy they are. The Almighty. The Almighty. He would never break a rule. He would never break a rule because of, you feel you're his favorite and all of that. No. There's his word cannot come back to him void. What it means is that he cannot be unrighteous to anyone because of favoritism. He can't favor the other one, and because this one has done better, or because this one. No, there is an angel of that is holding a scale, and that scale has a balance. Love, yes, and then justice. He's a just father. He's a just king. Now, many people do not understand that when Ishmael was born, he came with a blessing. That blessing, I will tell you in my next teaching, which is the agony of Haggai. You need to understand that every firstborn comes with a blessing. That takes me to Africa, like our own belief, African belief. I'm the firstborn, so I know a lot about this. They tell you that as the firstborn, you're carrying a curse. Now, the thing is this: we put the curse on ourselves and on our children. Yes, we do. We put a curse on ourselves and on our children. It's not the Almighty that put the curse. It's not some demon that put the curse. We put it on ourselves and our children. Now, how do we do that? We create patterns. We create patterns. And then in the realm of the spirit, patterns are either continued or discontinued. So it depends on what you do with the pattern that is already laid. Because there's always a foundation in every family. Every family have their foundation. Every family have a particular pattern at which they do things. Now, it transcends into the spiritual. So it moves from generation to generation. Now, I tell people, you have the power to change a pattern for your own generation or follow the pattern. You have the free will and you have the power as the firstborn. So, but if you do not, it's not going to be easy. Like a few patterns have changed in my family. It was not easy. That's the things that I'll teach you how to go about it. It's not easy, but it's achievable. If there's a pattern of maybe childlessness in your family, to a particular age or something, it takes a whole lot. You can change those patterns. You just ask questions. Ask questions. Find out from older people. Make friends. If your parents are late, make friends with people who are aged, who know the history and the pattern of your bloodline. The moment you know those things, you can either align with it or change it. Don't be fooled. Ancestral forces are the strongest forces ever. I know you might not like these things as a believer of Christ or Islamic person or whatever belief you believe in. You might not like what I'm saying, but I'm telling you the truth. Ancestral forces. Now, why? You ask me, why are they one of the strongest forces that affects human? The reason is because they have your face, they have your blood, they have your face, they have your blood, they have your genotype, they have your DNA. There's a pattern. Now, the DNA will represent your character, your behavioral pattern. And don't forget, we are our ancestors. We come back and we do all of that. That behavioral patterns will always continue. So you have to be careful because you might start to act like your father. Unconsciously, you don't know you're acting like your father. Even if you hate him, you might in that hatred act out certain things, and then people will tell you that, oh, your dad did that, he did this, and when he was young he did that, and you don't know when you play out those things. Why? Because it's an ancestral thing. It's in your blood, it's in your DNA. You know, it's a matter of time you start to play out those behavioral patterns. So you have to be careful. So to change those patterns, I'll just move because of time. You need to understand that there's a place for isolation. Isolate a man from his bloodline for a long time. He start to act like other people. You isolate yourself. Now, you don't cut off. You isolate yourself for a while. Now, after isolating yourself, you purge yourself psychologically, spiritually. Now, it's two different things: psychologically, spiritually. Psychologically, in the sense that you're going to make sure that you consciously avoid certain communications and certain behavioral patterns that you have already seen and you have been told. You consciously avoid those things and do not allow them around you. Now, spiritually, you purge and cleanse yourself. Prayers and certain rituals, you cleanse yourself. Give yourself time. Certain things that used to normally happen in your bloodline will stop happening. Now, if you can do this exercise for a long period of time, give 24 months or thereabout, trust me, you come out differently. All right? So I would move on now. I'll move on now. The blessings of the firstborn was given to Ishmael because of the impatience of Sarai and the mistake of Abraham. Yes, it was given to Ishmael. History has it. Today, the sons of Ishmael, they rule the world, believe it or not. There is a blessing that the Almighty gave through an angel to Haggai in the desert for the son. Because believe it or not, he is a prince as much as Isaac is a prince. Now, Isaac didn't really do much. He didn't really do a lot. But Ishmael went ahead with the mother and became prince and all of that. And as long as this earth remains, the sons of Ishmael would rule. Yes, believe it or not. They are blessed by the Almighty. Now, it is not, you can't fight it. No matter how you go about it, you cannot win because it's an everlasting generational blessing. And there's something about the sons of Ishmael, they will know that they are blessed of the earth and they know how to give back to the earth. You don't take all from the earth. You learn to reproduce, you learn to give, and then learn to let some things be there. So, in that, you can have excess. Solomon said something. He said that when you scatter it, you know, upon the waters, you just allow it there. After a while, it will spring. Talking about Solomon, I'll digress for like 1 minute. He's the richest man. You will tell me that, oh, but he's not a son of Ishmael. He was wealthy beyond because the Almighty said he was going to give him riches and all of that, right? Don't forget the kings of all of those kingdoms would have to bring their riches to him to make him that wealthy. Yes. But by covenant, the sons of Ishmael have the blessings of the earth. So if peradventure you really need to get that level of wealth, that level of blessings, I'm not saying you should have to shift faith or something. No, you should understand that alliance in business, that's what keeps the world going around. So it's a blessing by the Almighty. The sons of Isaac and Jacob controlled the covenant of secondborn, not Yahweh. The covenant of secondborn was controlled by the sons of Isaac, all of them. He wanted to bless Ephraim and Manasseh. He had to cross his hand to continue the pattern. They, even Joseph had to do the same thing. My fathers did it, so I have to continue the pattern. It was not by the Almighty, it was not by Yahweh, the covenant of the second born. It was by the sons of Jacob and the sons of Isaac, all of them. Because if it is the plan by Yahweh, we should have a second Jesus, like the second born should be. Jesus should be the second born. But no, he was the first of Mary and the first. Because the Almighty is particular about the first. But the sons of Jacob wanted to alter it, following the pattern, the ancestral pattern, not Yahweh. This is no curse for firstborn. There is nothing like a curse for firstborn. What the firstborn carries is yoke and burden. Yoke and burden. You're carrying a burden, not a curse. Now, a burden is different from a curse. A curse is inflicted. It's something that is contagious and passed on from generation to generation. No, but it's a burden. You have to carry a burden as a firstborn. So don't see it as a curse. Now, if peradventure your bloodline have laid curse, I've told you how to isolate yourself and how to get it rid of. All right. So I will stop here and then I'll continue on the agony of Haggai. And I believe in the next teaching, it will be clearer. It would make more sense to us. I love you guys. Shalom.